Boo Boo, as we like to call him.
Yes, we've heard that in EU. I've come to call him the little boy when I first originally saw it. Anyway, moving into SPEC, XANDRA versus BRISA. XANDRA, quite a popular I.no player in EU against one of the Jolter League's locals, BRISA. Quite a fan favorite Millia player.
Yeah, Xandra also, like, for those of you who don't know, I am very much aware of Xandra, not only as a player, but also just like as an independent little artist making little doodles here and there. So Xandra is commonly always posting works from the side. So if you are interested, you can take a look at that. But more prominently known for the kind of chaotic, archaic gameplay they have in store. She's going to be very fun to watch, but it's going to be very interesting to see as we have two characters who are centered around vortexing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Millia, with the buff she's managed to get this patch, especially on the Estes, being able to confirm that more consistently, getting that hard knockdown into the vortex. But as we begin, XANDRA versus BRISA. Here we go. The instant round double slide on the round start.
You gotta let it be known. You gotta make your presence felt here. And again, Xandra just kind of throwing all caution in the wind, trying to see what she can get away with in the early going. And I wouldn't be remiss to see more shenanigans the further along we get to it.
Definitely, it's one of those cases you can get away with shenanigans with those instant overheads, variety of crossover. Oh, what an interaction! Managed to find a hot knockdown there.
Yeah, BRISA getting so fortunate with the trade there. That Iron Savior giving the beneficial trade, crossing over to the other side. Now we're starting to see a little bit of the game be presented.
Potentially dropped a combo there. Doesn't find the kill. XANDRA, what a mash out on the double air dash there.
Very brave. They're going to use the Fortissimo to try and get some plus frames. And look at these two go. I feel like the energy is being felt, and both players are shaking their heads, just realizing, okay, I think we know where this is going now.
Yeah, definitely going to start presenting more of those plus on block and hard to punish neutral options. XANDRA pushing in with slides and horizontal chemical loves there.
Man, what a loop, and look at all that damage already. That's a lot of red for Millia Rage. You can't afford to be going toe-to-toe with a character who can dish out the damage as much as she can dish out the pain, and we see why! Getting the burst bait, and the greed pays off. Xandra cashed it all in, and let it be known, first blood is hers, and not only that, she sends a message for the first game.
Definitely. Always getting a perfect in that first game gives you so much momentum in a game like Guilty Gear, where it's like, suddenly you're in your opponent's head.
I mean, when you're playing a Vortex game as strong as this character's can be, right, where really trying to interact with it can be a mental game of its and then war of its attrition for both players. But so far, it's Xandra who's taking it with stride, and she is ready to steal the game away from BRISA's feet.
Nice reach offers. BRISA finds a touch. Burst out by Xandra, good choice there. Prevents the Tenet from Loki. Still manages to find it though.
Oh, trying to possibly deal with a potential cross-up, but the same side threw off Xandra's equilibrium. Now we're facing quite a hefty deficit.
Good poke on the edge. Might be able to find a kill here if they spend the super. Chooses to.
This won't be enough to kill, but it does attribute to so much more as Burst is almost online. The positive bonus away, they can definitely play around it very safely and very risk-free.
Oh, good call out from Xandra there. Manages to find a grab, puts BRISA into the mix. Tries to bait a burst, doesn't find it though.
Try to go for the double burst bait as well. If you can see off the JS, she just decided to walk back just a little bit in case a burst came up, but that greed not going to be paid off this time. BRISA takes full advantage of this shenanigans, and now Xandra's going to have to change things up if she wants to get back into the winning formula. First to maintain the corner, very aggressive, but now her back is to the wall, and it's going to be BRISA who takes control of the Vortex situation.
Blocks the crossover. BRISA spending more options, gets that hard knockdown. Oh, what? Misses the... Oh my god, what a call out.
Lady Luck came just in time as well, blessing the old livelihood of BRISA's run. It should be enough to be able to carry to the other side if she can get it. There it is, and we're gonna get the kill shot as well, as the wall break does guarantee an extra 35 damage. We have leveled the scoreboard. The ball is now in your court, Xandra.
Yeah, obviously, BRISA immediately making those adjustments to Xandra's more shenanigan-heavy playstyle. Doing more safe options, spending more time in the air opposed to the ground. XANDRA somehow managing to make some excellent reads on defense, though, like that air grab on the missed Bad Moon.
I think that now that we've seen both of what players have to offer, XANDRA and BRISA now recognize where the energy must lie, and now they cannot play this lame game as they wanted before. The knowledge checks are present. There's definitely an established game plan now. It's just a matter of making sure to out-mental stack the other.
It's always an important thing with Vortex characters to make sure your opponent never really knows what's going on in your head and vice versa. Even if you even if you block that DP safe setup multiple times, you still gotta send a DP sometimes.
But speaking of reversals of any kind, the Fortissimo is present. We are going to go for the air throw to beat out the Artemis. We've seen it before, but it was a very big gamble, a very big gambit for XANDRA, but it pays off with a hard knockdown, trying to bait out a reversal of some kind. Gets caught up with a cross of JH. Not going to burst, going to save it for the next round, but very strong stuff from XANDRA, but it was BRISA who takes the round away.
But Sad doesn't want to go into the H disco key. Nice 6p.
The H stroke -2. We do have to get out of the corner, get out of there as fast as possible. Gonna go for the wall break, gonna set up in the corner, crossing up.
Another cross up set. Oh, same side. I didn't block that one. Misses the wall break.
No, this is unfortunate.
Oh,
Great
no
backdash away, but no punish, exactly. But
Good
the ever reliable. The ever reliable. We have a joke in North America where we talk about Millia players all the time. Anytime people talk about Capel, it's not Capel, it's Gapple.
Yeah, oh, same here. Every time we see a clip like that, it's like, oh yeah, Capel strikes again.
Is this Gap?
I mean, I definitely with those is Gap meme on Millia in the past couple patches, it might have been right. This patch, I'm not so sure. They're moving into the third round here. BRISA is up 2-1.
Fourth game in, and we are looking at a potential bulldozing from BRISA, who has been taking full control of the tempo of the game, and we see how much speed has really come into play as XANDRA's movement has not really landed the mark as much as she would have wanted.
Nice blocks from BRISA. Unfortunately, XANDRA finds that into her head.
Great preemptive 6P to deal with the MLA. Now we're going to deal with this cross-up side switch. Neutral is now in the court.
XANDRA does something there to get counted. Not quite sure why it seems to put BRISA in the corner. Good catch there.
Great double overhead. Got a double dip sometimes here in the EMEA district. XANDRA leveling out things with a round, trying to reduce the deficit as early as possible, taking this to a game 5, but that dive kick didn't really work out in favor. It's going to lead to a possible wall break. Here it is. We're going to positive bonus.
Positive bonus, managing to find a way. BRISA has a lot of money to spend now with that positive bonus from no attention penalty. Unfortunate whiff on the 5H there. Managed to find the touch. And they're not going to be able to build that burst in time.
This round is important. This is definitely a decider for both these players. One gets to move on, the other gets to extend it to game 5. This is a new lease on life, and XANDRA, all the help she can get.
What an excellent IB on that 2D to catch the Artemis there. Perfectly punished into the full wall break.
Great catch. Again, both of these players are playing very well into each other. This isn't preempt. This is analytical gameplay. They're both playing into each other's game plans off of just one interaction apiece.
BRISA has quite a lot of life to make up now. That might be it off the throw RC. Dropped by XANDRA. BRISA has one more chance here.
Great defense, utilizing all the meter on top of that, forcing the burst out. Aggressive burst, was able to weather the storm for as long as possible, but that aggressive burst allowed XANDRA to take this to a game 5. But look at the speed in which both these players are really playing. Just one interaction apiece, just reading each other like a book.
It's definitely... some of these air throws are just wonderfully punished there with some BRISA's faker pressure. And that delayed 2K at the end there, that was pinpoint, because I saw that slight delay of just standing and thought, that's overhead time. And then XANDRA just pressed 2K.
It's amazing how well players play into each other and just really shows you the level of adaptation these players are playing at. It is astronomically faster than even than most people who are spectating can really keep up with. And this is really interesting to see because Xandra is not usually one to really play a high octane pace. This is very interesting to see Xandra really match that energy.
I think it's definitely one of those things like with I.no, she's higher speed than a lot of the cats with her fast air dashes. But against Millia, a character who can potentially even faster, but you have to play a bit more high octane into the Millia maybe. But BRISA finds that hard knockdown with a massive life lead here. Run up close slash, no reversal to be baited there.
At that point in time, I think overall, this is starting to look like the doors are starting to shut for Xandra's winner side run. Great 6P, burst is off the table for BRISA. Might have actually benefited Xandra in that position because there was no confirm to really follow up on. But the hard knockdown does give BRISA an opportunity to extend.
Yeah, keeping that corner pressure going. Both players just using their movement options to dive out of the corner. Neither player really constrained by it here. Unfortunately, I think that was a missed throw from Xandra. BRISA manages to capitalize off with a full combo into wall break.
50-meter on deck, almost burst on table, but you cannot afford to take any hits here. You don't have the vitality to deal with it, and just as I mentioned it, BRISA chasing down Xandra the entire way through. In the Game 5 scenario, BRISA is the one that comes out on top, and we move on into the next round. Congratulations, Sunshine. You are now in the top 8 cut.
Well played, extremely well played, both players, each adapting wonderfully to each other's various ways of playing neutral. But BRISA has managed to make it over Xandra.
It was a hard fought battle too because for Xandra, she was down in the dumps in that second and third game. But as soon as we got into the fourth onwards, it was really looking like Xandra had the download just then and there, especially with how quickly BRISA was getting caught time and time again, really going blow for blow. But all in all, not too bad from Xandra. She's still very much alive in the bracket, just in